Dayton versus Nevada, the 7-10 matchup, Thursday at 4:30 in Salt Lake City, Utah. This should be a good one. Two good mid-major schools, both 7 losses on the year. Dayton's got 24 wins, Nevada with 26. Let's talk Dayton first because they've got the best player in this game, and that is second-team All-American player Deron Holmes. 20.4 points per game, 8.4 rebounds. He is, in my opinion, one of the best players in the country, and he might be one of the better players in this region. I mean, you got him, you got Caleb Love, you obviously got R.J. Davis, and I think he could be third. I mean, you put him on the same level as Mark Sears, in my opinion. P.J. Hall not far behind, in my personal opinion. Dayton, very efficient offense. They don't necessarily score like a Kentucky team. They only score 75 points per game, but they're extremely efficient, and they shoot the three very well, and they've racked up some good wins this year. They beat Cincinnati. That was a great win. They beat St. John's, another great win. 2 teams that arguably could have made the tournament. They won 16 of 17 at one point. They did lose to 2 tournament teams, but they performed well in those games. They were early in the season. They lost at Northwestern by only 5, and they lost to Houston by 14, but it was a good showing. They played well. I mean, that's one of the best teams in the country. However, they're coming into this game a little cold. They're 5-4 in their last 9. They didn't win their conference, in a conference they should have won. They let Duquesne win the conference. But with Deron Holmes, I tend to pick stars in March, and I really like Deron Holmes' game. I think he could have a big one. Nevada, on the other hand, they're led by Gerard Lucas and Keenan Blackshear, both averaging over 15 points per game. They're extremely well-rounded, and they play good offense, and they play good defense. However, consistency-wise, they're like a typical Mountain West team. I just don't see them as a true, really consistent team. They're not great on the road. They win their home games. It's just so Mountain West-esque. They beat New Mexico State, they lost to New Mexico twice, lost them on the road, obviously also lost to them at home, both in close games, but they beat San Diego State at home. They lost to them on the road. They did beat TCU on the road. That was a good win, 88-75, but that was early in the year, so it's hard to know. Ever since they got into similarly to any other Mountain West team, ever since they got into conference play, it's just kind of you win your home games, you lose your away games. Nevada, they're also a three-point shooting team, but some would call it lucky. They're not necessarily like volume-wise guys based on past performances. You wouldn't think they're a great three-point shooting team, but they're a good rebounding team. If they can control the rebounding advantage, I like them. They're 3-1 versus top 25 teams, so they can beat good teams clearly. However, Deron Holmes, I really like his game. I really think he could help Dayton make a run to the Sweet 16 or even farther. Dayton, could have been a 1 seed with Obi Toppin. He gives me Obi Toppin vibes. I think this is Dayton's turn to finally make a run in March. I feel like they're always in March. They're always frisky first-round team, can upset a team, and then they get ousted in the second round. I think this could be Dayton's year to make a run to the Sweet 16. So I'm going to take Dayton in this one. Give me Deron Holmes leading them, 20 points per game, second-team All-American. He's too good to pass up. I take stars in March. Give me Dayton to move on in this one.